You also talked about something else that was really important at this event, and that was the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is an issue that some don't like to touch. I love that you love to talk about it because it's something you care about and you're willing to have a grand debate. And it got a little feisty, especially with the audience. I want people to see what you had to say.
This is the basic divide. Every time there's a mass shooting, you see elected Democrats, their approach is they want to take away the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. Now see, this is what I mean. We just yell at each other. This is not, there is zero evidence that doing so, protects any lives. And in fact, if you look nationally, if you look at the jurisdictions with the strictest gun control laws, almost without exception, they have among the highest murder rates and among the highest crime rates. The city of Chicago has some of the toughest gun control laws in the country, and it consistently has horrible murder rates, because what happens? If you pass a law that disarms law-abiding citizens, by definition, they follow the law. The criminals don't. And so what ends up happening is the criminals target the law-abiding citizens. So your question, there are proposals that say, listen, we want to raise the age to buy a firearm to age 21. Well, you know what? I think that a 19 or 20-year-old single mom living in the inner city in Houston or Dallas, going to work in a dangerous neighborhood, has a right to protect herself, has a right under the Second Amendment to protect herself from someone who would commit violence against her. And I'll give a stat. Again, look, this is an audience who I think has their mind made up and doesn't want to hear actual data. But let me give you data from a source that I suspect you would agree with. The Obama White House. You're going to agree that's not a right-wing source? Here's what the Obama White House put out. They said every year firearms are used defensively to stop a crime, to stop a murder, to stop a rape, between 500,000 and 1 million times a year, every year in the United States of America. That is a very simple reality. And so when you disarm people, when you take that 19-year-old single mom and you say you can no longer defend yourself, the data show you see crime rates go up, you see murder rates go up, you see sexual assault rates go up. And if you want to stop those crimes, and listen, I believe the people here want to stop those crimes, but if you want to stop them, you should look to the data of what actually works. And what works is putting the criminals in jail. And I'll point out...
Senator, we got to move on to the next question.
But hold on a second.
Make it brief.
This is deeply connected.
Just make it brief, please.
This is deeply connected with the policies Democrats have championed, defunding the police, and also George Soros prosecutors who release violent criminals. Because the same people who are all worked up about gun control are also, by and large, supporting releasing criminals from jail. And we see that pattern over and over and over again. And when it happens, so I've sat down with Texas police chiefs who said to me,
the question.
We know who the trigger pullers are. We know who the criminals are. We want to arrest them, and we can't because they keep getting let go and they keep committing more murders. If you want to stop crime, go after the criminals, not law-abiding citizens.
Let's talk about another big issue.